Welcome back, everybody! You are thinking about getting Luminar Neo, or maybe you just, want to learn more to compare software. Both awesome. You should be able to make an informed decision, but because many YouTubers are affiliates, you usually don't hear much about the bad side of things that might be cumbersome or annoying. In this video, we will go over 6 things that I find annoying, so you know the good and the bad. Let's start with the least bad. Number 6, the HDR merge control. While the HDR merge function works amazingly well, I would love to be able to see a before and after, have some control over the HDR creation, or be able to adjust the overlay to some degree in certain areas. Anything. Granted, that is a minor problem, but it does lead me to the next one. Number 5, extensions. I recently started testing them and do like how they work, but I am wondering why they exist and can be purchased separately. Right now there are several pricing options, one of which does not include the extensions. So when they release an extension called Noiseless AI that beautifully removes the noise in your photo, shouldn't that be simply a function of the software that you produce instead of a paid additional feature? I mean, if you are improving your noise reduction, simply add that to your software and make it better, instead of using improvements as a base to charge more. Or how is the Super Sharp AI extension an extension and not just an improvement to the details section? I'm not sure I like it, but it seems to be a common theme nowadays with subscription models, so I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles. Sucks. Moving on to number 4, which is canvas rotation. If you want to work with a tablet in Photoshop, for example, you're able to rotate your canvas around just to be able to use the pen strokes more naturally, just like you would move a piece of paper when drawing. This is not a thing in Luminar. That makes sufficient tablet work in Luminar a little bit cumbersome, but it doesn't annoy me as much as the next thing. Number 3, preset preview. Back in the days of Aurora HDR, you would load up your image, check the presets, and there would be a little preview for every single preset. Makes sense. If you have 50 presets and you are just looking to get some ideas, you don't want to click on every single one, wait a moment until the effect is applied, and then move on just because you realize you actually don't like that preset. But in Luminar Neo, this is exactly what you have to do. No preview. You need to click on every single one every single time. I can only assume this is a performance thing, and I can only hope that this will be improved in the future, but as of now, it does deter me from using presets. Number 2, the edit history. In Luminar, if you make an edit, say the brightness, and you move on to a different adjustment, the previous adjustment closes and is moved over to the Edits tab. The more edits, the more adjustments you will find in this tab as you make your edits. Kinda makes sense, but let's say for demonstration purposes, I want to increase the brightness, add a vignette, but then realize it's actually too bright now that I have added my vignette. If I just open a new adjustment and reduce the brightness, I will also affect the areas of the vignette, which is not what I want to do. Okay, makes sense, so I can just go to the original adjustment and change it, right? I go to Edits, find the adjustment, but as the adjustment is below my vignette, selecting it will disable all adjustments above it. Sucks, because I would like to change this adjustment in relation to all my edits, not just the previous ones. So instead, I'm gonna have to fix my adjustment and click on the top one to see how the adjustment fits into my newer changes. An easy fix would be a little eye symbol that would simply allow me to choose which adjustments I want to hide or which ones I want to show as I adjust my previous adjustments. But we are not quite there yet. And number 1, as always before, performance. I do have a pretty decent setup, but depending on what I use, the flow stutters a little bit, slider changes are not immediately recognized, or you have to wait quite some time before a change is being realized. Now I have to say this has gotten much better compared to the old days, and they are working on it all the time. But it might still be a thing that bothers some of you, like it bothers me. These were some of the things that bother me personally. But I also want to say that these things, for me at least, are minor. I love this software, I use it all the time. It's easy to use, it's constantly being updated, and has generally everything you could need for basic photo editing. I am also an affiliate, but wanted you to know both sides of the coin. If you are still thinking of getting Luminar, as per usual with all the affiliates, you can use the link below this video to support the channel, and of course use the promo code LetsImage at checkout to save some money. Until next time, stay safe and have a good one. Bye!